Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here with another video. And today what I want to do is go over the best Snake Lady. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the series, basically what we do is we run through all 5 elements of a specific unit. We talk about all their skills, we go over where they're good, where they're not good, and how to gear them. And then at the end of the video, we decide which one is the best, and we show you some gameplay. So let's jump right into this. I happen to have all 5 of the Snake Ladies, so we're just going to run through them all, and so you can see kind of how I have mine geared, and we'll run through the skills this way. So first up, we're going to talk about the water one. The Serpent's Bite is the primary skill of all of the Snake Ladies. Attacks target enemy from a distance. Whenever another skill is cast, the Serpent spits venom at a nearby enemy, inflicting ongoing damage. The Serpent prefers to attack enemies with the marked debuff, but will attack the nearest enemy if none are marked. So what does this mean? I know a lot of people have been confused about how to gear these units. Basically what this means is that it's not actually the skill that's putting ongoing damage onto the unit. So a lot of people are asking if they need Adept, what's the best way to gear their Snake Lady? And the answer is most definitely Adept because of this skill, and it's the same for all of them across the board. It's not, some people were trying attack speed, and it's not based on how often she attacks. So it's not how often she spams this skill, it's how often she spams all of her skills. So we will go through the other skills, but just as an example, when she uses this skill, Viper's Nest, the snake at the same time will apply ongoing damage. And then when using Silencing Kiss, same thing. Serpent's Bite will apply ongoing damage, and Blinding Venom, same thing. So you want to cycle through Viper's Nest, Silencing Kiss, and Blinding Venom as fast as possible, and the only way to do that is cooldown reduction. So Adept, or units like Mana, Xenia, leader skills, or sorry, synergy skills like this guy here. You can see he has the synergy trait, decreasing the skill cooldown time of ally champions by 20%. So all of those sort of things are going to be amazing for your Snake Lady to try and get her to put as much ongoing damage as possible on the boss. So the other thing you want to remember here is the marked debuff. If the boss has the marked debuff, she's more likely to hit him with the ongoing damage. So second skill happens to be Viper's Nest, which summons a swarm of spirit vipers from the ground. The vipers damage and mark enemy champions. So again, if you're fighting bosses, this is fantastic because what's going to happen is she's going to mark the boss, and then of course, not an issue, you can then go and apply ongoing damage as well. Third skill, Silencing Kiss. Blows a kiss that deals damage to the first enemy struck and silences. If the enemy is marked, the duration of the silence effect is longer. So again, really nice skill. Will apply silence to whoever you're attacking. And then finally, Blinding Venom hurls an orb of venom in a direction, dealing damage to enemies. When the orb reaches its maximum range, it explodes into smaller globs of venom that deal damage and blind enemies. Each enemy can be damaged up to 3 globs. So I'm sure if you've played any 5v5, you've seen this skill from the nature one, as she kind of spits out this huge thing and it bursts into a bunch of pieces and just keeps coming and kills everybody. So again, really strong skill. It does have a good range on it, and the blind is really nice. So with the silence and the blind together, it's a nice combination on top of all the ongoing damage. Primarily though, this unit is mainly used for bosses. Mainly because of this ongoing damage, right? So I'm sure most of you know that already. You're just trying to figure out how to get the most out of your Snake Lady and how to build her. So mine personally is Adept Precise, which is pretty standard. This one isn't skilled up at all. She only has the one skill up into her first skill, and she's on HP, HP, HP. Yours doesn't have to be, but for this one I was trying to run her on some later, I was trying to get her ready to do the Ascended floors, but as you'll see in a minute, I did just get the Dark one, so all this is going to be changing today since Laundry Day just launched. If you didn't already know, actually, Laundry Day was a bit of an issue. It didn't apply right away, but it is live now. If you are interested in watching me do laundry day, I will be streaming in about an hour or so as soon as I post this video. So somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Alright, so next up is the Fire One Yunro. I have her geared the same way, except I have her on defense HP, mainly just because I had a decent defense piece, shoulder piece here with accuracy and HP. But her skills, same first skill. Second skill is the same with the mark. Third skill though is Draining Kiss. Instead of the silence, this one has a stun. So it blows a kiss that deals damage to the first enemy struck and stuns. If the enemy is marked, this heals for an amount of HP equal to the damage dealt. So it's kind of nice. It has a bit of a self-heal. It has a stun. I know if you look at this here, says she's good for blitz. So because of the stun and because it's adding a bit of CC and a self-heal as well, you can use her for blitz. I think there's probably better stuff for blitz personally, but she has the same blinding venom on her last skill as well with the blind. I would probably stick to using her in bosses if I were you, but you can use her in blitz if you want to. And then the last of the main elements is Lingxi, the nature one. So you can see I started to put quite a few skill ups into this one. The nice thing is once they're skilled up, the skill cooldowns at the end of each skill do decrease, which would allow them to cast these skills more often, which in turn will allow them to apply more ongoing damage. So I was trying to skill her up in order to get a pre-flight Elder Drake team, but then I was really lucky and got Eleanor, so the skill ups didn't matter as much, although I do still use my Nature Snake Lady a lot in Elder Drake. If you were watching me during this last event, you saw me I had her in the team all the time, and we actually used her in a pre-flight Elder Drake 11 team as well. So anyway, on with her skills. Serpent's Bite is the same, Viper's Nest is the same, Austrian Kiss is a little bit different. Blows a kiss that deals damage to the first enemy struck and stuns. If the enemy is marked, the duration of the stun effect is longer. So instead of it having the heal, it just offers that the stun will remain longer. If you're just using her for bosses, this skill doesn't really matter because you can't skill the boss, or can't stun the boss, sorry. And then the last skill is also different. Hurls an orb of venom in a direction, dealing damage to enemies. When it reaches maximum range, it explodes into smaller globs of venom. Each glob deals damage to the enemies and lowers attack speed. So this can be really good for bosses as well. That lowers attack speed debuff isn't as common as some of the other debuffs, so I really like it. I think she's fantastic for Elder Drake. If you're trying to build an Elder Drake team and you have her, I think she's the best option out of the three main elements. Again, gear-wise, Adept Precise, she's on different gear. So I was trying to speedrun Elder Drake. I was trying to do pre-flight teams, and that's why she's on attack crit rate attack. But if you look over here, she still has over 40k HP. She does need to have some tankiness to her, and same with all of them. You'd like them to be relatively tanky and have a lot of accuracy. So you can see she has 63% accuracy, and my water one has 63% accuracy, and my fire one has 62% accuracy. So you can kind of see a theme here. All of them are around 40k HP with 60 plus accuracy. Ideally, you probably want to push it a little higher for the ascended floors, but like I said, I'm going to be re-gearing all of mine, so we will get into that in a second. And the fourth one is the light one, which I can't quite ascend yet, but same first skill, same second skill, same third skill with the heal, so same as the fire one and with the stun and the heal. And then the fourth skill is the lowers attack speed, which is the same as the nature one. So really nice combination of skills on her. I do really like her, and when I had already 6-starred the other 3 of the regular elements when I pulled her, but then I was like, well, I feel like I should build her. She has a heal, she has a stun, she has a lower attack speed. she would be better than the water one, and I could really put good gear on her and use her everywhere instead of having to switch units back and forth, which is part of the reason why people like the water one, is because they can use her in both Drake and Widow. But then, less than a couple days later, I hadn't even got a chance to ascend this girl yet, and I got super lucky and got Chancia. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I did happen to have the materials to ascend her, and she is going to be my next 6-star. I'm almost ready to 6-star her. She is far and away the best of the Snake Ladies, and I'm going to show you why. So, first skill is the same with the ongoing damage. Second skill is the same with the mark. Third skill is the same as the water one with the silence. But then the fourth skill is completely unique to her. Hurls an orb of venom in a direction, dealing damage to enemies. When the orb reaches its maximum range, it explodes into smaller globs of venom that deal damage to enemies and inflicts 3 stacks of ongoing damage. Each enemy can be damaged by up to 3 globs. So, and it says can be recasted in a short period of time to cause the orb to detonate early. We're not too worried about that, but the fact that we can put 3 extra stacks of ongoing damage plus 1 stack every single time we use a skill, this girl is going to be crazy, crazy strong. Same idea for the gear for her. She's going to be on Adept Precise. Keep in mind, I literally just pulled her. I haven't even 6-starred her yet. But she is going to be my next 6-star, and she is on HP, Defense, Accuracy for now, just because I didn't have much else. I do have really good attack speed on her, and crazy high accuracy. I'm going to play around with her, try and get her some really, really, really good stats, because I do plan on using her all over the place. So hopefully we can do that today on Laundry Day, and we will see what happens. It's going to extend through tomorrow as well for Laundry Day, so we are going to do that on stream in just a little bit. But first, let's show you guys some gameplay. So, of course, the bosses are the primary places to use her. Ignore this guy at the bottom here. I'm literally just using him to skill up my, to 6-star my Dark Snake Lady here. So where'd she go? Alright, so we don't need him either. We can actually throw a damage dealer in here, and this should be fine. So we have a strip with the fire manas here. I can never remember his name. Vimal. He's going to be our strip instead of Xenia, and both him and manas will heal and do ongoing damage. Then Eleanor will do a bunch of ongoing damage. Alia will clear the waves, and you're going to get to see a lot of ongoing damage coming from Chancia here. So hopefully this runs smoothly. I'm super excited to have her, if you can't tell already. While this is loading, I just wanted to let you guys know why I've been MIA the last couple of days. If you didn't notice, the backdrop behind me is completely different. We had an emergency in my building, and the entire building had to be evacuated. Let me click start there. So, because the entire building had to be evacuated, I had to flash move really fast, and I was able to grab my computer, and I just got it set up today. So ever since the 24-hour stream, I haven't had a chance to thank everybody for your incredible support. The 24-hour stream went really, really well. There were some issues with the game crash right in the middle of it, but we managed to keep over 70 viewers for the entire time of the crash. I have spoken to Gameloft directly, and we are going to work on something together. They've assured me that we're going to do some sort of collaboration, so stay tuned for that in the near future. Just let me get settled first. Also, we did give away a bunch of t-shirts and a bunch of other stuff during the giveaway, or during the stream. In terms of the giveaways, I'm going to ask you guys to please be patient with me, as the giveaways are going to take a little longer, as I do have to wait to get back into my apartment and get my stuff before I can do the giveaways. But hopefully you guys understand. I will get them out to you as soon as possible. And and yeah, so that's why I've been a little behind schedule on that, but I assure you those will get given out, and I just did want to thank you guys for that. So taking a look at that run, pretty quick run, a minute 4. We did not have start clicked, unfortunately, when we started the run. But if you take a look at the damage report, even though she's 5-star, she did 200k damage. She had a minute and 35 seconds worth of ongoing damage. When if you compare that to Eleanor, who does 5 stacks with her third skill, with her third skill, she did only 21 seconds of ongoing damage. Manaz did 25 seconds of ongoing damage. So a minute 35 of ongoing damage is crazy. Now keep in mind, when you 6-star her, that isn't going to increase her damage, so she's going to stay around there. It will go up a little bit just because she has more attack, but realistically it won't go up too much. It's just more about her surviving. So the nice thing about these units is that you don't really have to 6-star them until you get to the ascended levels. You can use them all the way through at 5-star if you just want to do Elder Drake or Steel Widow with them at 5-star. That's fine too. But definitely out of the 5 of them, the dark one, if you get lucky, is absolutely incredible for bosses. But all of them are good, and they all have their uses. That's why I have all 3. Yunro, where'd she go? Xiao and Lingxi all 6-starred, and I do plan on 6-starring the dark one as well. Unfortunately, the light one's probably going to get left out in the cold because I just don't really have a reason to 6-star all 5 of them. I'll probably 5-star max her just because I have her, but I'm going to be putting all the skill ups into the dark one to get her as crazy strong as possible. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Again, I really appreciate the support from the live stream. It was amazing. We will be streaming tonight in about half an hour or so. Sorry again, I haven't been around for a bit, but like I said, it was an emergency. We all had to evacuate the building, and we honestly have no idea even still when we're going to get back in the building. So hopefully that gets sorted out soon so I can be a little more consistent with things. But things are going to be a little shaky the next little bit. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to get connected to the internet today. So thank you again. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. I love you guys, and we will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys, and have a great day.